This is Heather Heyer. Heather Heyer believed in Bernie Sanders. Heather Heyer was anti-racist. Heather Heyer was a counter-protester against a neo-Nazi rally. She wasn't violent. She had no weapons. She was just a counter-protester. Was she a little bit portly? Yes. But that only means that there is more of her to love. Antifa are the groups that saved Cornel West's life. Antifa saved Cornel West. They saved his life. And now look at this douchebag. This douchebag is sitting there saying that Heather Heyer is Antifa.
So, this just actually got a little bit worse, though. See, Heather Heyer was part of Antifa, apparently. That's what I've been told. Haven't verified it. But she was there on behalf of representation of Antifa.
So, if you're a counter-protester, a peaceful counter-protester, that's Antifa? Well, hell, that's quite okay.
This is that part of the day where I'm going to sound like a cold-hearted prick. And you know what? Fuck you, I don't care.
You can be an anti-fascist without starting fights.
So, there's a lot of controversy going around about the name Heather Heyer, I think is what it was. Yes, Heather Heyer.
But if that organizer, that neo-Nazi organizer, hadn't been pushed out of Charlottesville, he probably would have stayed and spread more of his hate-filled fucking bullshit.
She was the one that got killed by somebody plowing through protesters, as they should. See,
I mean, sometimes you need to push people to do what's right. Sometimes you need to push your kids to sign up for college, right? To go get a job, to be all that they can be. Sometimes you need a little push. And then look at this fucking asshole. He's going to sit there and say because cars are dangerous, whenever there's a car and you're a pedestrian, you should just immediately jump out of the way. And he's making it seem like you're stupid if you don't.
there's this thing where cars drive. It's called a fucking road.
Well, that's just like saying because there's airplanes, you should never be in buildings. I mean, what are you doing in a building? I mean, there's airplanes. Why would you be in a building?
And if you decide that you want to protest just to send your pathetic little message out to the world, and then you stand where cars drive, you're usually going to get hit by a fucking car. Because some people don't care that you're there and they'll run right over you. Some people aren't paying attention in the first place and they're busy sending Snapchat nudes to their fucking side bitch.
Essentially, he's against human life. He's against Heather Heyer's existence. And he's pissed off because he just now heard that she's Antifa. Well, she's Antifa? Well, then to hell with her. Heather Heyer's Antifa? Heather Heyer's a good person. Antifa are good people. Fuck fascism. We need to nip fascism right in the bud.
Doesn't matter. Either way, you're standing in a road. That's where cars drive. Cars weigh 4,500 pounds on average. They do 30 miles an hour through crowds. They do 80 miles an hour through crowds. Fuck, who cares, right?
Antifa is a decentralized organization, so They're independent, they're autonomous. Judge each chapter accordingly.
So, this just actually got a little bit worse, though. See, Heather Heyer was part of Antifa. Apparently, that's what I've been told. Haven't verified it, but she was there on behalf of representation of Antifa.
But if Cornel West and Heather Heyer are defenders of Antifa or Antifa themselves, then I'm Antifa too. I am Heather Heyer.
Another terrorist group. And much like all the other terrorist groups, it's a bunch of Democrats and liberals. Unlike how you left-wingers like to put that on the Republicans, that, you know, the white supremacists are Trump supporters and stuff. No, we already renounced all of that. Trump wants nothing to do with the angry hate, and either go any other Republicans. It's all ignorant. But anyways, back to the original subject matter. Now, if you make a child that is dumb enough to stand in traffic and get hit by a car, you can actually get a small fortune off of it. GoFundMe is up to almost $250,000 right now because you made a baby that was dumb enough to go stand in fucking traffic at 32 years old. I hope you're fucking proud of yourself. I don't have anything left to say on this. Fuck you.
So do fascists and neo-Nazis and Confederate pieces of shit, do they have the right to speak freely, to assemble freely? Sure, they do. But if you give them a little push, just a little push, right, like at Charlottesville, what's wrong with a little push for them to do the right thing? These assholes have been asking for an ass kicking for a long ass time. So which side are you on? Yeah, I don't think you can be neutral on this. You can't be neutral on a moving train. Are you on the side of the fascist pieces of shit that would have killed Americans on D-Day? Would you have been on the side of Hitler killing Americans? Would you have been during the Civil War? Would you have been with the Confederates fighting for the 1%'s right to own slaves, to depress your own wages? Would you want to risk your own life just to feel like you're stronger than somebody else? You'd shoot Americans in defense of slavery? You'd shoot Americans? You'd shoot and kill and murder Americans in defense of some one-testicle piece of shit in Germany in the 1930s? Which side are you on? Silence is compliance. Heather Heyer is Antifa. Heather Heyer is Antifa. So you're saying Heather Heyer is a criminal? You're sitting there saying Heather Heyer is just like all these white supremacist, low-life motherfuckers who don't even want the label nonviolent put on them. Oh, I don't want to say I'm nonviolent. Which side are you on? Silence is compliance. Those who maintain their neutrality during situations of moral crises have chosen the side of the oppressor. It's Martin Luther King. If you choose neutrality, you've chosen the side of the oppressor. It's also Desmond Tutu. He said if you came across an elephant standing on the tail of a mouse, the mouse wouldn't appreciate if you just kept on walking. Or worse. Participated. Or even worse, tell the mouse that that Nazi has a right to hurt you. These Nazi assholes are pro-fucking violence. They're pro-violence. Pro-fucking violence. They're a bunch of hooligans who are pro-violence. Are they also pro-rape and pro-murder? Nazis killed Americans. Confederates killed Americans. These are enemies. This is ISIS. ISIS drives vans into people. That's what these people do. And then they laugh about it. Big fucking joke, isn't it? This guy thinks he's so fucking hilarious. And it's not just him. A lot of these fascist pieces of shit that Trump and all these fake progressives want to put on the same moral plane. There's a lot of fucking fascists in America. A lot of oppressor fascists. Oppressor fucking fascist assholes who kill the soul and humanity of those they oppress. So you have the fascists and then you got their ass kissers. Why can't we all just be free? Why do we need hierarchy?